had more trust in the ride at times than I did God. Because that is what this is. Like, people that are so comfortable in faith, I've talked to a lot of people in this faith journey, and a lot of them, family, are not really walking in faith. Because walking in faith is uncomfortable. Walking in faith is not easy. Walking in faith is not secure. It's not passive. It is an active participation. It is moving in a way that absolutely contradicts worldly wisdom. It is literally, it doesn't make sense to anyone. If everybody in your family, if they're not walking in faith and what you're doing makes sense, you're probably not walking heavy enough in this kingdom. Like, you are not to be of this world. You are set apart. And so being set apart means you don't live like the world. And when your life looks like a lot like the world and you make the decisions the way the world makes decisions, that means you're not moving according to faith, because faith is the evidence of things unseen, confidence of things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. And so, family, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'll tell you what, I don't care what kind of ride you're facing or any type of amusement park you've been on, the ride of faith is the scariest part. That ride that I went on didn't require any striving from me. I just needed to get on the ride. I was going to end up where I was going to end up. It was a predetermined location, but I had to get on the ride. And family, God has a promise for each and every one of us. It's not just some people, it's all of us. But not all of us are willing to get on the ride because the ride looks scary. And I'll be honest, like going on the water ride that I told you about, family, I went on that water ride. I didn't know where it was taking me. I didn't know how it was going to move me there. I didn't know how it was going to feel when it happened. I just kind of knew where I was going to end up because I could see the end from the beginning. I just didn't know the journey or how the journey felt. It's the same with faith. That family, we don't know where we end up. Or no, we will. Sometimes God reveals that to us, the end from the beginning. But the journey, the method is unknown to us. That's on purpose because I'll be honest with you. Some of the things that I thought would happen by now haven't. Some of the things that I wanted to happen have happened. Like the things that God showed me was going to happen have happened. Did it take longer? Yeah. But it happened. It did happen. Like what God showed me happened. Other things that God has shown me, I'm still waiting on. But there's a lot. It has happened. Like I have seen God tell me things in one season, and I see it come true in the next season. Like I've seen God show me what is going. Like I've seen it. Now how it's played out, that I didn't know. That part, your girl had no idea. The journey is unknown to us. The destination is unknown to us. But we know in Psalms 23, which keeps coming up in my own personal time with God, it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Before that, it says he leads you beside peaceful streams, green pastures and peaceful streams. He guides you along all the right paths, bringing honor to his name. That family, a lot of us, we think we're the best driver of our lives, and I'm here to tell you you're not. And even when I've made decisions, family, even today, I was, there's a decision that I feel like God is leading me to make. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense to me. I would never make this decision, but I feel a prompting. It is something that I desire, but I would not do it. Like in any other world, I would not do this. Would not. But God is calling me out of my comfort zone and calling me to do something that, yes, I desire, but I would never do it. Because if anybody knows me, they know that what I'm doing is not me. But I feel the prompting. I sense God is in it, and I'm going to take the risk. And you saw me emotional earlier. Like, I don't know. Like, some of the things, family, is like, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm looking at the situation, I'm like, well, God, can I like wait until this moment or that moment? And I knew, family, like, without saying too much about this because it's still, in its infancy, or it's not all the way realized, but it was just weird because I had got a message. I was like, okay, well, and I felt a prompting to go, investigate, look more into it. I looked more into it. I'm like, okay, God, I've done that. But I knew in my spirit that as soon as God kind of starts the process, he's going to finish the process. Like, this not for no reason. It may not be in that moment. Like, there might be something that God is calling you to look at, God is calling you to do, God is calling you to investigate. And again, family, I want to caution you. If you're not spending time with God, if you're not spending that quality time with him one-on-one, it is hard for you to tell me what God is telling you to do. Like, people will tell me, God is telling me this, God is telling me that. And sometimes I can tell by, you know what? That sounds like God. Because understanding the nature of God, I can see how that might be God, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds like God. And then there's other things I'm like, I don't know if that's God. I think you might need to research that. I think you might need to put yourself before wise counsel, because, family, we can just deceive ourselves. Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things. It is sick and desperately wicked. Who can understand it? That our hearts lead us all the time in bad directions, wrong roads. And we have to take accountability for that. We have to take accountability for the fact that, like, and humility to saying, like, I'm not always right. I've been wrong. And I take that very seriously because I have been wrong. I have been wrong. And so there's times where there's promptings in my spirit that I know it's God, because it's not something I would do. And I don't really even know why the enemy would want me to do it. Like, I feel like it's more like, yeah, this is not I don't necessarily feel like the enemy would be advocating for me to do this, because it doesn't. I could see why he would be doing that, the other, because that means I'm putting my trust in this versus I'm putting my trust in God. Like, I could see, like, where I can see it all. I can see where, like, where God is testing me. Do you trust me? Do you trust me? That's something that I've shared with you on this journey. Like, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And it it's been hard, because you're no longer in control. You're superseding control and you're surrendering control to God. And I've had people in my journey that tell me, I don't know if I would want to do what you're doing. Like, the way you're walking, I don't know if I want to do that. And I'll tell you, family, it's hard because you, I'm going to be transparent. I would want somebody to walk this with me. I would not want to be, like, and I know God is bringing whoever God is preparing for me. But if I'm being transparent, like, as I've gotten closer to God, the desire for companionship, the desire for someone to be there for me, while you're making these decisions, somebody that understands that I'm walking this way and I'm walking heavy and it's scary for me, and can be my physical manifestation of what God, how God loves me. He's not going to be perfect, but he's going to be sent from God. Like, I desire that, because it's hard. You're making these decisions and you got to be strong. And I feel like with God, I'm able to be weak. I'm able to, like, have that. He is my pillow. He, like, because when you speak to people about what God is calling you to do, family, they're not going to always understand. They're not going to always, like, in fact, most times, especially with your family and your friends, like, they're going to be the main people that are gonna be like, no, I don't think that don't make sense. Like, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. Like, God is never going to call you to settle. He's never going to call you to settle. Like, I have this situation I'm facing right now. Like, I spoke to family, and of course, family is not, they're not wrong. I understand what they're saying, but I know that God, what they're calling me to do is the safe route. And God is calling me out of safe. God is calling me out of comfortable. God is calling me to take a risk. And I know that when you're presenting safe to me, that's not God. That's me controlling the outcome. That's me trusting in me. That is me allowing me to see where I can go. I am telling you that right now, though it's the scariest part of this journey, it is saying, okay, God, I trust you. Like, because family, the things that we desire require risk. That's what makes it so hard. It's like, you want this. Yes. Like, ultimately, yeah, you want that. But there's a risk to every reward. There's a risk. And what the enemy does is he makes you scared to take risks. And I am not a risk taking type of woman. Yes, I'll go on a risky ride. I'll go on all the roller coasters you want. But when it comes to taking real life risks, it's hard for me. That has been the hardest part of this journey because I'm so out of control. This is so not what I want to do. I do not see the other side. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know what the end is going to be. I don't know.